roll.
Seriously.
Hello and welcome to another Pearls of Wisdom. This time we are here after a week of having attended Knit City, Toronto. And we have a little bit of a recap video for you. Yep. We're going to talk about how it went for us. It wasn't our first time going, so how was it? What we thought was different from other years, and what came home with us. And this is absolutely not the entirety of what came home with us.
Nope.
But just so you know, this isn't like a full haul, so don't feel like, please don't do the math. Is what I'm asking.
We're trying not to do that.
This is a judgment-free zone from us to you and from you to us.
Yes.
Safe environment here, safe space. No, I think I personally had a good time, and I don't feel like I regret any of my purchases.
Absolutely not.
Zero purpose.
It was
Zero regrets.
It was a great girls' weekend as well.
It was indeed. So maybe to begin, I'll give a quick recap of the weekend and how the event this year kind of differed from years past. This year we were in Toronto for the second time, and instead of being at a hotel convention center like it's been in the past, it was at the Enercare Center, which is a kind of new-ish, more, I hesitate to say the word modern, but a much larger scale convention setup in the adjacent to the downtown Toronto area. It's in Exhibition Place, and there were multiple conventions, multiple events happening at the same time, and this was in a humongous hall. Yeah. And this was a room that had easily, 50, 60 foot ceilings, so that already changed the dynamic of the event, because the noise, the heat, that changed the game. The lighting was much softer as a result.
And the biggest change for me was that just that you could breathe. You could actually walk through.
The hallways or the aisleways were wider as a result.
And I was gonna compare it to, absolutely no shade to the organizer. They've done a fantastic job year after year. But the venue that was chosen for Montreal last year,
at the Sheraton,
it had such low ceilings in comparison to this place in Toronto that it got extremely hot in there. Yeah. And because it was already in the spring, it was in the spring, so neither the heat nor the AC was on, which is expected for the time of the year. But the amount of people and the amount of wool in that space made it for a very uncomfortable temperature. Yeah. This was a total 180 from that experience. Yeah. I was able to not feel extremely overwhelmed after a long time of being there, and I felt like I was kind of breathing easier, you said.
I think what also helped too for the setup is that in previous iterations of Knit City, Montreal, and Toronto, the convention centers were embedded into hotel buildings in the downtown, and so every inch of space had to be used strategically, as opposed to the Enercare Center, because it's designed for these large-scale exhibitions, there was much more space than was actually required, and as a result, 2/3 of the hall we were in was occupied by vendors. I would say maybe 1/4 of the space was occupied by food trucks and tables for setup, but then there was a portion of the space that was actually left open, which really helped as a visual cue to your brain that you could the claustrophobia wasn't necessarily setting in immediately.
Not only that, but
you
it was
could see the open space.
It was also dividing things into two distinct sides, right? Yeah. So you could be like, I'm going to do half, because that's what Linda and me chose to do, my mother-in-law. It's half and then sit down, and that was the other change, is we had benches to sit down, which was lovely.
And round tables with chairs.
Yes, well, an actual designated area for rest and eating, which to be fair, in a hotel where it's a convention room, you don't really have space for that. So we can't fault them for the space doesn't make it available. Yeah. But Enercare is definitely an event space. It's about conventions, about events. They were hosting 3 things at the same time. So you can tell that the space was created for that purpose. So I'm assuming this is not new to them. The benches are probably there all the time. Probably. That was definitely a much more enjoyable, not that the other ones weren't, but from a walking around and really like taking everything in perspective, it was much more enjoyable because I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like in the previous years, because it was smaller and more crowded, I'm not 100% sure I saw everything.
Oh, interesting.
In the sense that like sometimes I felt a little like I gotta go out, or I would like rush through because I needed to like go out, or just not be in the room essentially, or I would rush through because it was like too crowded, and it was like
there would be certain booths that were so popular you couldn't get into them, but as a result you also couldn't get by them. Whereas in this situation, because the aisles were so much wider, there were those same booths that were equally popular and you couldn't get into them, but you could at least get past them. So you didn't miss those periphery booths. Right?
I think that made a big difference as well. Going in, I was 100% like ready to be overstimulated for 2 days straight, and I'm pleasantly surprised that didn't happen. And I think the size of the venue has a lot to do.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a big difference in the number of attendees.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't calculate it, but I like estimated around the same amount of people as we did 2 years ago when we were in the other venue. The difference for me is that there was a lot more room to spread out, and the sitting area made a huge impact on me because, like you said, you could do a little bit, sit down. There was a coffee cart, like a food truck selling coffee stuff and tea. You could have a little snack. You could sit down, like rearrange your stuff in like sitting down rather than like struggling with your tote bag, and then go back in for another round of browsing. So
I would be curious to know if it actually impacted people in the sense of like how much more they bought or how much more they got to see, because for some people mobility might have been a problem in previous years where they could only do so much because they were like they were struggling with mobility, or maybe with the room size or whatever, like if they're, so they could only do a little bit, but here you have a lot more space, and again much more space to rest, so you could do things in smaller.
I think I definitely made some purchases that I might not have made
if you had been super tired.
If I had been super tired, because I don't think I would have stayed as long on Sunday if I had been standing for the full duration of time.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna shop till you drop and you don't drop, you're just
keep
gonna
shopping.
keep on shopping.
Do you see the dilemma laid before us on the table?
Yeah, honestly.
But in the whole, it was fantastic. Kudos to the organizers.
Yes.
They put on a solid event year after year. They really worked their tails off again. And the vendors, fantastic, memorable event as always.
Amazing selection as always.
And they were amazing. And the teachers and the courses and all of the volunteers, to the people that ran, from the coat checks to the check-in booths to everything, truly was
and I'm running smooth like butter.
I just want to, I find it funny because every time, so I'm one of those, like, I'm a morning person, so I'm always like, I want to be like, not first in line, but I want to be among the first ones.
Yeah.
So even if it means like being there an hour earlier, and every year there's people like just in front of me or just behind me who are like, I can't believe how early I had to be here and I'm still not first. And then every year it's like, and then you get, the closer you get to the time when it opens, the more you hear people as they turn around and see the line and go like, what? Because the line grows bigger and bigger. And again, I'm like for me, it's like the fourth time. The first year I made the mistake.
We were there so early.
Yeah. Is it the first year or the second year?
The first year.
The first year,
we were second in line.
We were like second in line. And I was like, I knew we had to be there early. But like every year I see people who are like, how is it that popular? I'm like, it's a convention where you get to buy a lot of yarn.
I don't know.
If you're like, but this time it was like to get to the line, not to get to the line, but like for other conventions, like the gaming convention and the what was the other one? There was a gaming convention. Antique. There was art.
No, that was in a different building entirely.
Okay, but the gaming one is the one that like the people had to pass. Like next to
us
a little bit, so we got to see, and they were like
a lot of cosplay.
Yeah, which was great. But like it was funny to see their reaction, like just the amount of people waiting. What are they waiting for? And we're just
doubling back on itself.
It's like two absolutely disconnected circles of nerdiness, just like passing each other.
And it was just lovely.
But
It was
game
lovely.
recognizes game.
Yes.
Honestly,
I
they
did
are
see-
committed. We are committed.
I did actually see somebody who was cosplaying, so she was clearly going to the game convention, but her entire outfit was crocheted.
I saw that one as well.
So I'm sitting there going like,
so impressive.
like I think you understand both sides in this.
She's a double agent.
Yeah. So no, definitely venue-wise improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna keep going there. I hope they do when they're in Toronto. I would
will
love it.
Say this, however, about the venue. The Enercare Center being located in Exhibition Place and taking place on the Jays home opener weekend
Yeah, maybe not the greatest.
meant that getting down there on public transit was a ride.
No pun intended.
It meant that getting down there via Uber in the morning was a waiting game.
Yeah.
If there was gonna be
You're
a
like,
car that was gonna take you.
It's gonna take 5 minutes. No, 20 minutes
It
later.
meant trying to get back to Union Station at the end of the day was like, where's the bus gonna stop? We don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe, hopefully, if they do decide to keep going with this venue, they'll be a little bit more like they'll try
strategic
to plan 'cause
around baseball.
Yeah, or like I know that they chose this date because they couldn't do it in May. So maybe if they negotiate a little earlier, they're gonna find a way to find a date that's a little better. But again, it's Toronto. It's a little different. There's much more people.
There's always something happening.
And there's always something happening.
Because when we left on Sunday, I went to take the train to Union Station to catch my Via Rail back to Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
And not only was there a Jays game on, but a PWHL game had just ended.
Oh, jeez.
And there was scores and scores and scores of hockey fans who
Oh,
are
Toronto is
also
full of sports fans.
moving along, trying to get home. And it was like,
Yeah.
What even?
Yeah.
is there space on this GO train for me? Please, sir, I just need to get to Union. Like, it was
Yeah, sometimes you gotta squeeze your way in and just
a little sardine in a can.
hold your breath till you get to the next station and go like, oh, okay.
At least the yarn was squishy and I could just right
Use
up
it
to
as a
me.
pillow.
Yeah,
As
so-
a shield.
Yeah.
But being early to the venue did pay off because I'd like to point out what you guys are wearing and where I'm holding my current project is
Pine
the
and
result.
Pine and Pearl.
Pine and Pearl. The result of us being first in line is Allie
Ran.
and
Like, full on sprint mode.
I don't know if I can properly articulate the way I left a disabled woman in the dust. Linda, Karin's most incredible, beautiful, wonderful mother-in-law was walking
We
with a cane.
love her.
And I was like, Linda, I am so sorry.
I'm
But
running.
I'm going to run away from you immediately as soon as we're through the doors. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, this hat, I need this hat.
I need the
with
hat.
the fury of 1,000 suns. And she was like, all right. And I was like, I promise to come back to you, but I just need to go get this hat first. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Slay.
And I mean, I wasn't leaving her alone. She had
No,
two of you.
we were there.
But I
It's
was
just
like,
funny.
I'm so sorry, Linda.
funny.
And I just, as soon as we were through the doors, I was gone. And then I came back 5 minutes later, and Linda was like, you weren't joking.
And then I'm like, where'd you get the hat? And then she tells me where, and then I do exactly the same thing. I'm like, I'll be right back. And then
And
I just
I was
run
like,
and
I
grab.
got you, Linda.
This
Linda,
is-
you're with me.
This is what you've been training for your whole life, Liz.
Yes. And I ran into the booth, and the Pine and Pearl was on the far side of the hall, so they were clearly not expecting anybody to show up right away, right? And I literally
Out of
ran into the
breath.
booth, and I'm like doubled over. I'm like, like
exactly what happened.
that was my result of running into the booth. And I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on your name right now. To the incredible vendor, to the incredible woman behind Pine and Pearl, whose name I'm forgetting in this moment in time. She's not even in the booth. She's across the aisle talking to one of the other vendors because she's not expecting anybody right away. She comes over and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "The hat," and I knew
This bag.
that bag. And I picked another one up, matching one for another friend of ours.
Please don't demonetize us. Actually, we're not even monetized. Don't
What does
worry
it
about
say?
it.
I like a good figure.
I like It's too
The
funny.
innuendos
I'm like
this year.
not even making full sentences.
No, absolutely
right?
not.
And I'm like, as soon as I catch my breath and I tap the card, and I'm like, I have them, and I like catch my breath enough to be like, I had to have the hat. This was my must-buy purchase.
It was your objective coming in.
Literally.
I was like,
she talked about it for days.
In this color, I needed to have this hat. This is literally my entire personality. In case it isn't obvious on screen, it says Yarn and Books.
Which I also
Can
purchased.
I hold it closer?
Yes, please.
5 minutes later.
And so she was like, wow, yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, wow. By 10,
I think she was like rendered speechless.
by 10:01, I owned this hat.
Yeah.
The doors opened at 10 a.m. By 10:01, I owned this hat. And she's like, do you want a bag? And I was like, nope. And I ripped the tag off and immediately put it on. And she was like, okay. And then as we wandered around the hall for the rest of the day, people kept stopping me and they're like, oh my God, I love your hat.
Wait.
And I was like,
Pine
Pine
and
and Pearl,
Pearl.
booth
Pine and
booth
Pearl.
512, Pine and Pearl.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, pointed, and I go over there.
Worst part is that when I got to her, I ran, and then I get there, and then I'm like, I want the hat, and then she's like, and then I was like, and I said, the girl that came before, that was my friend, like, she just told me where the hat was. She's like, okay. and then by the time I got there, which is about maybe like 5 minutes later, this was the last green hat. That's it. No more green hats of this.
And
So,
I feel like I want to say that this is something that really struck me as like, oh, this is not our first time at Knit City Toronto. We know that things are in limited supply.
Yeah.
We know to investigate the vendors beforehand.
Yep.
And we know to make some choices ahead of time so that you can book it and get it if you really want it. Because one of the advantages of going to a show like this is that you get access to vendors that otherwise are not accessible to you.
Yeah.
Right? And so Pine and Pearl, for example, I don't think
They're from like Southern Ontario.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever like be in the area. Unless I went to, a different event or something in there. So it was very impressive to me that you saw the hat, I saw the bag, we placed our order, and you ran because you know what?
Yeah.
This isn't happening.
If you too are a fan of this hat, there was also there was knitter, there was crocheter, there was yarn and coffee.
That one I almost got.
And she's making more, or she made more.
Pine and Pearl just launched their pre-order. I think the pre-order went live yesterday.
Yeah.
And I should be up for about a week or so. So by the time you see this video, Pine and Pearl should have it up. I will place a link in the description box below.
So fashionable.
You can get it. And I will be making sure to share on our Instagram as well.
And so well timed for the spring and summer.
Yeah, and they also came in like a denim blue.
Yeah.
And I think they were going to put a couple of extra colors up on the website as well, and a couple of extra sayings in addition.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love like a text-based little quip.
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's so
Indigo
cute.
did something similar.
Yeah,
right?
they had a book lovers collection. I think they still
What was yours? Is well read.
I have a green hat that says well read.
Yeah, that one was good.
She's so well read.
Which it's they're just like quirky, they're cute little things, and in the week now since we've purchased them, I've worn it almost every day, and I've never seen
every time there's sun outside, I'm
multiple compliments. It's funny. Earlier this weekend, I was in over the Easter break. I was visiting my sister and her fiance, and at one point he was wearing a hat from an Iron Man that he did. The triathlon.
Yeah.
He was wearing his Iron Man hat, and I was wearing this one, and my sister was like back and forth looking at me, looking at him, and she's like, those two could not be too further from each other, and yet they are so perfectly encompassing of your personalities.
Absolutely.
And he and I just looked at each other and we're like, high five.
You gotta wear it on your skin.
Yeah.
So, Allie was excited about the hats. What were you excited about before even walking in the door?
The Wandering Flock.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, because most of my yarn stash is from them. I'm obsessed with their colors.
Color palette.
Yeah, because they do a lot of like pastels. I did veer a little bit. Like this is all going to be one project together, and I have more. This is just like some of them, but this was definitely what I was like. That was the one booth that I told Linda before we got it. I'm like, I just want you to know that that's the one I will spend the most time in. Everything else is up for grabs.
It's fine.
I want to say a lot of my other purchases are kind of like on the fly because I was there to get yarn for my
you
partner.
Did have one that you were excited about.
Yes, that one. The Math for Knitters.
You talked about this before we got there.
Yes, I did. I was like, so I'm in the workshop that I did on Friday was I took the intro to, what is it? From idea to pattern, a look into design process by,
Vera
Valimaki. So, which was lovely, by the way. And it's essentially an introduction to knitting design and what to consider and all that stuff. And the one thing that I'm most scared of when it comes to designing my own stuff is the math. Because math and me are not good friends. We're kind of like arch nemesis. So
I don't think math hates you as much as you hate it.
I don't think I hate it. I think it hates me because I can't.
Anyone? Math can't hate.
The thing is,
math
I don't
can be
hate
hated, but math.
I don't hate math.
It's true.
Math is neutral.
Does not
math
like
is
me.
Fact.
Because I've tried to understand it in so many various ways, and then algebra came along, and then it was like game over for me.
Yeah, but you put letters in there, and that's a whole different ballgame.
I was like,
we were talking about numbers.
I didn't even get to calculus, so like let's not even go there.
And I'm a scientist, and I skipped calculus entirely, and I'm a scientist.
But I have to admit, this is a very good. So this is Math for Knitters by Kate Atherley, who was there to sign the book.
She's incredible,
nice.
by the way.
So excited.
And it's
and she's from Ontario, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yes, and it's lovely because it really does like break down everything you need to know when you decide to do your own thing, or if you want to even just modify a pattern that already exists, or all of the all the math surrounding this. And I think for me, I do believe that the biggest struggle when it comes to trying to even deviate from a pattern is. This is
doing
I'm always scared of like I'm gonna get it wrong, it's not gonna work. I'm like, so it's really just more of a security blanket at this point.
Yeah, it's a comforting resource.
So I'm definitely happy, and it's very small, so it's not like a like a thick ass.
It's not a big reference book.
Yeah,
it's not like a big textbook.
So I'm very happy that I got my hands on that one.
I was also very excited for a book, not the same book though, although I did get that same book.
Yeah.
I mentioned last time on the pod that I wanted to read a book called The True Cost of Wool that I had put a hold on the library for, and then I didn't pick it up in time and they returned it. And I was like, oh man, like I totally forgot and I didn't make it to the library, blah, blah, blah. And then Allie said, well, we're going to Knit City and the author is going to be there in the booth, so you might as well just get it from her. And I'm like, absolutely I should. So here I go. I bought this book by Anna Hunter of Homestead.
The Long Way Homestead.
The Long Way Homestead
in
is
Manitoba.
called The True Cost of Wool, a vision for revitalizing the Canadian industry. And she signed it for me, and I'm very excited to get into it. Again, it's a short book, but I really want to get the insight on what happened to Canadian wool, because Canada used to be so rich in woolens and like self-sufficient and such a beautiful industry that has diminished entirely due to acrylics and synthetic fibers coming in. And what can we do to revitalize it? And as someone who's interested in wool, I want to know what I can do to make sure that the industry thrives again. So I'm really excited to read this. As I am excited to read Math for Knitters by Kate Atherley. Yeah. So that was essentially what I wanted to do at Knit City was I wanted to get the book. And I was looking for some Rolags.
Oh yeah, you were. She kept talking about it.
I was like, I want to work with some Rolags. I've never spun with some Rolags. I hope I can find some. I'll bring some home. I just want to practice. Like, what was it? Like 30 vendors?
And it was one place.
One place had Rolags.
There was a lot of fiber to be had.
Absolutely.
What are
but in braids, not in Rolex.
So a Rolex is a little sausage of fiber.
They look like pinwheels when you see them in
They look like cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't bring the rest of them because what you do with the Rolex is you spread it out like this. This is called a pre-draft, and then you can spin it from the snake. But what's interesting about it is that they make it in like fun, different colors, and it's cool to like work with them because it makes a woolen spun yarn rather than a worsted, because the fibers are going around and around.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah.
So it makes like a grabbier.
Yeah.
I learned that at my workshop.
Oh, well,
I did not know what that was at all.
Versus worsted spun?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, now I know.
I can never remember the difference.
Woolen spun and worsted spun.
But I never remember.
Yeah, there you go. So I found the two things that I wanted.
There you go.
What was the surprise find for everybody? Like, what was the thing that was like, yeah?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you my surprise find. So I walked in to Knit City with a plan. And then day of, I looked at the map and was like, my plan's going out the window. Because the one vendor that I thought was going to be there was not there.
Who?
Rose Hill Yarn.
Yes!
Oh!
I was very surprised
they're
they
in
weren't
everything.
there.
I was so surprised they weren't there.
They probably had something else going on. Totally fine.
They're probably like,
you know,
maybe they'll go to like the Calgary or the.
Who knows? I think they are from the prairies, so maybe they'll probably.
So maybe
go.
they just didn't make the trip.
Yeah,
And that's
totally
okay.
understandable. We'll just get them next time. Not too worried. But my plan had been to get. Last year I got the yarn for the colorwork portion of the Kintra sweater by Rebecca Clow, and I was going to get the main color yarn, also from Rose Hill Yarns, for the Kintra sweater. I was gonna break up the purchasing into two different festivals. That felt like a good way to go about things, and so I was really excited. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be my sweater purchase of the festival, because I like to do like one. That's how I like to do festivals now. I like to do like one sweater purchase a festival, kind of keep it manageable financially. And so realized day of, they're not there. There was my sweater plan. Had to think on the fly. What the heck am I gonna do? Need a new sweater plan? I didn't. I did not need a new sweater plan. I could have just not bought a sweater.
But that's what you wanted to do.
That would
been
automatically,
totally
your expectation is sweater quantity of yarn has to be bought at this festival.
But it didn't need to be bought.
But no, it does, because that was your expectation.
Do you want to take a guess as to how many sweater quantities are in my bedroom, just a couple of feet away from here?
That's not what your brain thinks. Your brain's thinking, I was expecting to have a sweater quantity of yarn bought.
You would have gotten yarn blue balls.
Yes. Instead,
exactly.
I got yarn blue balls.
Okay, can I just say...
Sorry, yarn blue skeins instead.
Can I just say, though, I think this is the first year I've noticed a little bit more, but the innuendos this year in like specific projects like bags or whatever, or these little guys here, which was probably one of the good finds that you found for me.
It was Caitlin.
Was that they're like needle stoppers? You're probably not going to see, but essentially it says spread those pages, and then you have a skeleton hand going inside what looks like pages that are suggestively pink. If you get what I'm saying. But essentially,
thank you, Caitlin at the Lab Fibers, for having these in your booth.
These are wonderful.
For asking us if we read smutty books, because the answer was yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is a resounding yes.
We were the target audience of these needle stoppers.
But it's not just that. It's like the bag. It's like there were so many cute little like funny like just, I was like I feel like
it was so. At one point, we walked into this bag stall. You weren't. I don't think you were with us, Annie.
Mm-hmm.
We walked into this little vendor's booth that was selling bags.
Oh, yeah.
And Linda was with us, and she's looking at these bags, and she's getting really close, and she's like investigating them. And the vendor goes, those ones are naughty.
And it's like a bunch of like
what?
little penises.
And then she leans back and she goes, oh.
It was so funny.
They were like you know the like sausage balloon dog blocks?
Oh yeah.
But they were penises.
It was just funny because she was like not expecting it.
She's like,
I'm just here for the fun. Maybe not that vibe.
But there were so many booths that had like silly little naughty things, and they were
but you know what?
fun.
You know what? I'm going to tell you why.
It's because the world's on fire.
Well, one, but also because I think a lot of crafters are probably also
Smart readers.
Readers, just readers in general. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I went, so next to exhibition, there's this little adorable romantic bookshop called bookstore called A Hopeless Romantic. And I like noticed there was literally a 5-minute drive from the the venue. Mm-hmm. So when we left, I looked at Linda and I was like, how much energy do you have left? And she's like, I don't know, I'm still good. She's like, I'm like, do you want to go to a bookstore with me? She's like, sure. She's just there for the vibes. She's okay.
Yeah.
We walk. You're gonna love this story. We get there. All of a sudden, like it's not a big bookstore by any means, but it's pretty packed. There's 2 girls sitting just at the entrance, like on the bench there, both knitting. I'm like. And one of them's wearing one of those hats that says crocheter. So I'm just like, I'm going to wager at a guess is where you've been today. And then she's like, what? I'm like, Knit City. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, me too. And then like half the people in the store were from Knit City.
Oh my God.
So like, I feel like it's like they're like, oh, probably a lot of them were from out of town or probably not from this area, in this neighborhood. So they're like, hey, why not? And I got Linda to buy 2 books. And 2 of them are, like, one of them is the, I think it's called, cafe latte, pumpkin spice,
the pumpkin
whatever.
spice
yeah,
cafe
that one.
or something like that.
But the other one is an Allie Hazelwood
book?
Yeah. I was like, look.
Go Linda.
I love her.
I think it's Love on the Brain that she
Love on the That's my
Sorry.
I might be wrong,
that
but I think it's that one. So I just went, because I went for my usual, and then I was like, you're gonna like this part. And I went, go here, because at first she goes with me. I'm like, you don't want to come here. And to her credit, she is very like, I don't care. Like she did not mind at all. But like she went to her section and then she's like, oh yeah, that sounds lovely. I'm like, yeah, that sounds lovely. Yeah. I'm gonna go right now. but like the whole interaction made me think. I have a feeling a lot of the vendors are probably low key. Not taking advantage, like taking advantage, of the fact, but like not advantage.
But
like,
they're doing market research.
Well, that's the thing. They're realizing that hey, a lot of the people who buy our stuff are probably also like there is and they're most likely some of them themselves, right? Some of the people themselves
who love overlap.
Exactly, who love like whether it's just fantasy or romance or
it's,
books in general.
Look, the world is on fire. Who doesn't want escapism, right?
Exactly. So, but it was really cute to see that little overlap. I'm like, I feel like my
people.
Some of my passions are colliding. I just need something that says gardener under and I'm good.
You can embroider it yourself,
I love it when that happens.
You could totally embroider it yourself. You could embroider a tiny little plant on there if you want.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I actually do have. It's too big though, but
Yarn and books about gardening.
About plants, yeah.
About plants right under.
Or put like a little pin. A plant pin.
Maybe a pin, yeah. But that's gonna scratch.
But if you get one of the circle ones that has the flat back.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I'm always scared because pins, I tend to lose them.
Oh, okay.
There were a lot of really cute pins at Knit City.
I did not buy any.
Oh, I got one. Hold on.
My first year. I usually buy some.
I love pins. I love collecting pins. And pins about my hobbies are just the perfect combination. I can't see that.
Oh, no! There we go. It says Bad Girl Art Club. Oh! The upside to doing this in my house is that I now get to run and get things.
That's true.
That was really surprising actually. A lot of vendors with cool notions, funny, naughty things, themes from different fandoms that we know and love. Yeah. A lot of kind of like preaching to the choir really.
I do.
In terms of like.
Yeah. And the Frosted Stitch had a really great baseball Blue Jays themed collection.
Oh, yes.
Because it was also the Blue Jays home opener weekend. And she had provided yarn to, as we've all seen, Karla Courtney on Instagram, who created the Blue Jays sweater last year You didn't?
I didn't see that. Well, I'm not a big baseball fan, so I'm sorry.
Aren't you like perpetually online or something?
I am, but maybe not in that circle.
Yeah, maybe not in that.
Okay, as soon as you see the
happy
photo,
to be educated.
As soon as you see the photo of the sweater, you're gonna be like, oh, that one.
A lot of I saw at least 3 people wearing a Blue Jays handmade sweater.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the
one.
one.
So last fall in like October, I think is when the end of the season typically is during the World Series. This woman, Karla, she lives in the UK now, I think, but she is Canadian. she was knitting a sweater, self-drafted sweater, and she like knit the Bluejays logo into it during the World Series run.
Okay.
And she actually came back to Canada to watch the games. And she was knitting while they were playing, and it was like part of a thing. And then it went like mega viral online. She was like interviewed by CBC, and it was like this whole big thing. And then afterwards, people were like, "Wait, like you have to write up the pattern," and she's like, "Copyright infringement," and like so she ended up drafting a version of the sweater without the Bluejays logo in it, but like with space for you to draft your own version of the logo if you wanted to. But Christina from the Frosted Stitch reached out to her and was like, "I'd love to provide you yarn so that you could like make this sweater in like a pattern that could then go to the people."
Yeah.
And they worked together and they created this incredible collection of yarn colorways.
That is so cool.
That was inspired by the Bluejays, which then debuted essentially at Knit City for the home opener.
That's why their booth was so well attended.
Exactly.
And also because they have fantastic stuff.
Exactly.
Well, I didn't know that story. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I think from like the 4 years we've been there, but this year specifically, as much as the yarn is always at the center of everything. I think my favorite part, other than obviously spending time with these lovely ladies, is all the little knickknacks.
Yeah.
Like the notions, the books, the caps, the things that...
The bags.
All the things around the yarn and the needles, you know? Because sometimes it's not even things I can buy. It's like maybe a free pattern because you bought something else. Or like, I remember last year is when I got my big ass mug that says
from Leo and Roxy.
Jesus, what does it say again? Knit sip. So and it's I got it because I bought something else, and then they're like, you get this, and I was like, sweet, like I was like, let's do this. And so like some of my favorite purchases, or not purchases, but necessarily, but things are like the
not
stuff
even
around.
yarn.
Yeah, they're not even the yarn is great. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't take it away from me.
I want to show one of the things because I feel like the same thing happened to me, in which I honestly wasn't really looking for yarn. I didn't have. I came away with like one sweater's quantity and then a couple singles of yarn, and I'm pretty happy with that. But what I did found that I'd never seen before is a business called the Nitty Kitty.
Yes!
And they were selling these adorable little baggies that they refer to as a dumpling. And they're so cute because it opens up into a little bowl where you can put your stitch markers.
Yeah.
And I am obsessed.
It looks like a dumpling.
It really does look like a little dumpling. And it's made with, they make all their stuff with upcycled materials or recycled materials. And so this is, reclaimed leather from something else, or pleather, perhaps, I'm not quite sure. And I also got some of their...
You got a lot of stitch markers. You got a lot of really cute stitch markers.
Well, they only sold them by, like, the pack.
Yes,
I didn't...
but still, you got cute ones.
Yeah,
and I think it's, like, jewelry or, like...
That's exactly right. So what I loved about this is when they go thrifting for jewelry, for old jewelry that's probably out of style or whatever, or just like languishing in the thrift store, and they turn the gemstones into little stitch markers.
That's
and
great.
Is that not adorable?
They're really
I'm
cute.
so happy with them. Especially these like pink teardrop ones are so cute, and it just felt so nice to like buy something that I'd never seen before with materials that align with my values of sustainability. So
I can totally picture the like 2007 big statement necklace that came off of.
Yeah.
And it's so thoughtfully made, and it works perfectly as stitch markers.
Amazing.
And I'm just really happy with them. So that was really surprising to me. I didn't think I would find a dumpling bag that I
it's
could
great
fill with
not
stitch
just for
markers,
stitch
and
markers,
it's so
but
cute.
like you can put other notions and stuff in there too, and then that
You put
comes
change
to-
in there.
You can definitely put whatever you want that
Put
fits
change
in
in there.
here.
Yeah, and then
All
that
your
becomes
secrets.
a tiny notions bag.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
adorable.
cute. I think Linda also got one.
She got two. Because
I was like, Linda, look,
cute.
I found a
She
dumpling.
literally grabbed two, and then she's like, here. I'm like, thank you.
She gave you one.
I was like, don't get me
love it. It looks just like a
man.
wonton, and
Cute.
I'm obsessed. Obsessed.
Coyote.
What came home with you? Oh wait, no. Before we go into haul, we took some classes.
We took a class.
We did some learning.
So Annie and I, I had to convince Annie, but I didn't have to convince Annie. I basically turned to her and I was like, I'm taking a class. You want to take a class? She was like, sure.
I did actually want to
Didn't take much convincing. I don't think I even told you what class I was taking. I just went, I'm taking a class.
I wanted to do something color related, and this was color related.
Yeah, so we took, and I have the little booklet here. We took the Introduction to Intarsia workshop, also with Vera Valimaki.
What a coinky dink!
Which was so great.
So you took her class the night before, and then we took the other class that she was teaching
on Saturday afternoon.
Honestly, didn't plan for it.
She's a good teacher.
She's a good egg.
She was incredible. And you know what? For somebody who's teaching in what is definitely not their first language, she's Finnish. So I don't know if English is her second, third, fourth language, but obviously not her first. Incredible. She was so great to work with, and for having a class of so many different skill levels, she was like on point the whole time. She was there. She was ready to help you. She was constantly checking in. If you get the opportunity to take one of her classes, highly recommend it. She was incredibly patient and just great to work with.
Yeah.
And so Intarsia is a technique where, and you can kind of see it on the back, you have multiple colors going, 2, 3, or more, and you knit across, you wrap your yarns around each other, and then you knit across in a second color.
And in the front, it ends up looking like a very seamless color transition, almost like paper piecing even.
Yeah.
It looks very, very striking.
So this is actually very simple technique that I personally wanted a little bit of hand-holding on.
Yeah.
I knew I could teach myself using the good old YouTube. I knew that Stacy from Very Pink Knits would be able to teach me.
Totally.
But I wanted a little bit of hand-holding just because I wanted the ability to ask somebody questions.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I would have been able to find a class here in the city, but when this one came up, it just felt like the right call to do it. And there's always extra perks that come with taking a class, because what I have found is that when you take a class, not only do you learn a technique, but you also get the opportunity to learn the level up skills of that technique, even if you don't get the time in class to do them. Yeah. So we got to the point where we were doing 2 colors, but she started telling us how to do 3 colors before we even got there. Class had run out of time, but she was like, these are the things you need to consider. Yeah. This is what you have to do. This is how you weave in your ends when you get to the end. This is how...
Troubleshooting, how to do it in the round.
Exactly.
Like, a lot of examples of what we could do with this technique that to me hadn't even occurred.
Exactly.
So it was really a good... well-spent afternoon, I would say, even though I was absolutely pooped at the end of it because it was all afternoon.
We were asleep by 9:30 that night.
Honestly, it was a big day.
Yes, yeah. It just means it was a good day.
Yeah. It was great, yeah.
So here's our practice swatches. I'm actually going to finish this because I immediately bought yarn for it.
Same.
And I want to mention the yarn that I bought because I felt like I really connected pretty deeply with the people from Spun Up Yarns. Reclaim, Recreate, Relove.
Yeah.
So Spun Up Yarns, thank you for holding those up. Spun Up Yarns is a small group of women that are importing reclaimed, respun yarn from Italy, and they are doing 100% recycled luxury Italian wool. They come in cakes.
You could get
50 grams, 25, 50,
and 100.
And 100 grams cakes, which is extremely convenient. They only do worsted weight because currently because that is what the mill is doing for them. And I think for me, this is a perfect opportunity to buy yarn at a lower price point.
Yeah.
It was $22 per 100 grams, which in my experience currently, you can't find 100% wool for less than $30. Beautifully dyed. It's actually not dyed. It's sorted into colors when they reclaim the sweaters, and then they shred the wool and they re-spin it without more dye.
Yep.
So it's also saving on water and keeping a lot of luxury wools in the hands of people who
and they've got
appreciate
great names too. Like mine, so I bought yarn from the same company because I saw Annie doing it and I was like, well, I'm gonna be a sheep, of course. So I have Glowing Embers here is this coral color.
Yeah.
Salty Sea Spray is the blue, and then Whispering Willow. And you have got...
I've got my favorite jeans, which is the blue one. Nickel Stone is the gray. And Cloaked in Velvet.
Yeah.
That is so appropriate.
And I would just like to
I
highlight
know.
this bright pink on the end, this like fuchsia color, which is called Sangria with Friends.
That's
great.
I think like these women from Spun Up are
I think
really
it was a
doing
mother-daughter
brand.
combo, if I remember correctly.
Maybe, I think so. I forgot to ask if they were related, but they did seem to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Their heart's in the right place. They ticked all of my boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Sustainable, luxurious wool, well priced,
Yep.
women owned,
Yep.
Canadian managed.
Yeah.
It's a lot Italian. It was just a lot of like good vibes coming off of them. So I immediately had to buy some and start my new skill practice scarf with their yarn. So I'm really happy with that. I had a good time.
I have to restart mine because I did it on a needle that was too small for worsted weight yarn. But oh no! Oh no!
You have to
Oh,
practice
no, I
again.
have to practice again.
Oh, no.
But I'm actually
More
not
fun.
mad about it because I think I might change the way I do the I-cord on one side.
Mhm.
Just because I find my I-cord on one side is kind of loose and on the other side it's tight. So I
Oh,
might
interesting.
experiment with my I-cord edging.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, I have to experiment. Oh no.
Yeah.
This class is also really great. If you, like me, are a collector of things that are exclusive or are like my precious, this workshop comes with a pattern that you cannot buy unless you take the workshop. The
Yeah,
mini-
I feel really special.
So the Mini Moon shawlette, is going to look like this. It's going to be like almost like a diamond shape, and there's going to be 5 circles along the length of it when it's done. And so
Because they're moons.
exclusive.
So exclusive.
So appropriate for this time.
Yeah, true. Anybody else absolutely out there sobbing over how beautiful the
I know.
Artemis 2 lunar mission is? Because
Yeah.
every time I open the internet and I look at anything related to it, I'm just like, it's so beautiful.
These 4 people are just so
Anyway.
wholesome and wonderful
If
and
you
a
dye
breath of fresh
yarn,
air.
give us an Artemis
Yes!
colorway, please.
Yes.
Yes, we need something.
Give me something inspired by the Carol Crater because I will buy it and cry immediately, even if it's just white yarn.
Maybe we'll make more mini moon scarves.
Oh my god!
With the moon colorways. It's your Artemis scarf now. Don't cry, Allie. Don't. She's crying.
It's just so
But speaking of colorways,
Anyway.
we made some really good choices, in my opinion.
I feel like we stayed really true to who we are as people.
Yeah.
I hope you can take a look at this is my pile.
Yeah.
This is my
My little pile.
This is Allie. Look at her. And this is.
I'm literally wearing this color right now.
And
You
is
see
this
it?
not
It's
like the
blended
most
in.
on character choice?
I feel like mine is a little like this is very much me.
Yeah.
This is very much me. But
Yeah.
like then I have a little
You
bit of
took
a.
a
This
chance
is-
on
I
this.
love
one.
this.
This is Andarna.
Ah, there we go. I also got that one.
Thank
Fibers.
you, Caitlin from Lab Fibers, for always showing up with the best,
best.
colorways.
I have 2 of those and I already know what I'm doing with them.
can't wait to
So
hear about it.
fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
What's this one?
This one is
So soft.
just soft.
Wow.
Like, that's why I bought
so
it.
soft.
I'm gonna be honest. This is just a good.
What is this fiber?
So this
Cashmere.
is just it's cashmere and polyamide. So 82% cashmere,
It feels like I'm touching a cloud.
18% polyamide, and it's insanely tiny. So it's like
Lace
it's,
weight.
it's not lace.
Oh.
It's definitely like
In the
Or
yarn
chainette.
is
it's like a chainette. Yeah. So technically it is supposed to be fingering, or that's what I was told. Anyway,
No,
I don't know.
100% chainette. Yeah.
So I'm doing a small little
T-shirt?
knit, like very
Look, the cumulus
basic.
blouse. Yeah.
I don't know which one it is, but it's like a really tiny.
Okay.
Like so, I'm gonna. And I was told that it's 2 is enough. I have 4, so I should be
You'll
able to
have
fit in there.
So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll have so much left over.
So yeah, that's my.
yeah.
Those are my purchases.
Look
and
at
then-
your wandering flock, though.
That
Yeah.
is
Beauty.
All of these are like the only purchase I made that I don't have a plan for is actually 2 skeins of green from the Wandering Flock.
I actually bought a sweater's quantity in these two as well.
So mine,
We'll
it's
be
like
twinning.
this is all like there's one color missing, but no, actually no. That's it. So this is going to be the main color, and then these three are going to be in the middle,
the accents.
The stripes,
Yeah,
or
the
something?
stripes.
Yeah, nice.
So cool.
So and then this is the this is for the oh god, I forgot the name.
But you've got a plan.
Yeah, I
for
got a
it.
plan for it. So
Yeah.
essentially, I literally saw this sweater in this yarn.
You did,
yeah.
You've been talking about this one for a while.
This is the
Amaranth fibers.
Yeah,
Oh,
amaranth
amaranth.
fiber, and I was like in love. The only thing is that they didn't have the actual mohair for this one, but it's close enough. I don't.
But I think it's gonna look really good because
Yeah.
it's gonna kind of I hesitate to say the word quiet down the brown.
Yeah.
But it's gonna give it like
a bit more
Consistency.
consistency.
yeah, and I feel like for your closet, you're gonna wear it more if it's not gonna be so obviously speckled.
This is
Yeah.
like everything I'm doing except maybe for like this one. I don't know. It's probably gonna be more like spring and fall than
Cute.
summer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
we'll
that's
see.
great.
But
Well,
yeah,
you make
that's
so
it.
many big like cozy sweaters.
Yeah.
This will be a nice departure.
Wait till next time we have, cause you're gonna be happy with what I'm doing.
You heard it here first.
I'm excited.
I'm trying to like get as far as possible before I show you.
Okay, I'm excited.
But yeah,
I'm so far behind in all of my making, but who cares?
it's the only one I'm working on.
Timelines don't matter.
I hate the
Time is a social contract.
I'm like halfway through the socks, and it's in Tarja that I'm using. And
Oh yay!
but I
Wow.
have to admit, it is hard.
It is.
We'll
It's
be
not
able
the
to help you
Intarsia.
now.
It's small. I hate socks because it's so small for my tiny hand, my big ass hand. Sorry. So like that's why I prefer. I realize that my problem with socks isn't the socks themselves. It's how small it is.
Are you working on a 2.5 millimeter?
It hurts my hands. Yeah. It's 225.
Yeah.
That's pretty small.
Yeah. Well, it's no wonder your favorite needle is like a 3.5 millimeter, 4 millimeter.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the
I'm
one
a
that feels nicer on your hands.
DK or
It's the most
Ahan
ergonomic
is like
for you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have tiny little hobbit hands, and I'm like, give me a 2.5 millimeter.
Yeah.
Fat
Give me that
hand.
little raccoon here.
Ooh, just a T-Wix.
T-Wix.
who else?
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
And my little stoppers.
Well, I can go next. So I've already spoken about
The spun
my
up yarn.
spun up yarn. I flashed these a little earlier, so the sweater quantity that was not to plan.
That was the one that surprised you.
That came, yeah, it did surprise me because, I mean, these colors don't surprise me because I love these colors, but the combination surprised me because I would not have expected it, but it just, I saw it and I was like, this is the correct one, right? So this is a colorway called Caspian from the Wandering Flock. It's their singles base, which I have purchased before. Loved it. I made a Tolsta out of it in the Tulane colorway, and it is a fantastic base.
I love a singles.
It is just a wonderful base. I love it so much. So I didn't hesitate at all when I saw this one to get a quantity, and I knew that I wanted to make the Firth sweater by Rebecca Clow. This is a Rebecca Clow Stan account, as we have already established numerous times.
No surprises.
I knew I wanted to make that sweater, so when I could not purchase the yarn for the Kintra, I course corrected to the Firth. I picked up enough. I knew I wanted to do it DK weight, so a mohair and fingering weight. Picked up the blue, and then I started looking around to see if I could find a matching mohair. If I didn't, I was like, not the end of the world. But then I walked into the Hoko Fiber Co. booth. So
They
from,
were so cute. It was just a husband and a wife, and they were like taking turns holding the baby.
Yeah,
while they were tending to the booth.
Their 2-year-old daughter, and then their friend was helping them out as well.
Yeah.
So cute, little family business.
They call their child the ambassador because they keep their kid off of socials as much as they can, like any responsible parent. And so they call their kid the tiny ambassador,
the tiny ambassador,
which I think is freaking adorable.
so cute.
Yeah,
And their stuff was like
incredible.
really,
Yeah,
like,
really
I want to
beautiful.
say like psychedelic. Like their
Yeah.
color combinations were really
Fantastic,
surprising.
Yeah. And what was really exciting for them is because their child is so young, they had not really had the opportunity to exhibit quite a bit in the last few years, and they only really started dying. I think she said in like 2023.
Oh.
So pretty recently, right?
Yeah.
Like during COVID.
And they were pretty
so-
much only staying local for a bit.
Yeah, I think they're from like the
time.
Hamilton area or
Good
thereabouts.
for them.
So they hadn't really had a chance to exhibit much because, they started in 2023, it was in COVID, then they had a baby. And so this was their first like really big festival. And I've been following them online for a while and I love their yarn. And I walked into the booth and I saw this one and I was like, okay. Okay. And then I was like, hold on 1 second. And I pulled this skein out of my bag and I was like,
All right.
wait 1 second.
Now kiss.
No kiss.
Okay, but actually though, in my head I went, give me kiss. Like from Heated Rivalry, I was like, give me kiss. And I think this is gonna be, because normally I don't like having that big of a difference between my mohair and
this is
my
gonna look
mane.
so nice.
But I
This is really
think this
good.
is gonna have
because there's that bit of like
such
a little bit
good-
of a like darker.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the same combination.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see how this is gonna work out. But I told myself I have some projects that are so close to being done.
And you
that
want to finish
and
them.
that I really want to finish them. So I need to finish 2 projects before I can wind this up.
Yeah.
And then I need to finish 1 more project before I can cast this on.
Hell yeah.
Also because I have no free 3.5mm needles.
You gotta buy more. No, I'm kidding.
I thought that for a second and then I went,
Such a bad
I
influence.
can't do that.
I just buy extra needles.
So many already.
It seems like a very solvable problem, if you ask me.
We do live extremely close to several wonderful yarn stores who could solve my problem, but no!
It's a matter of principle.
I shall be stubborn!
Well, there you go.
I went grocery shopping today and I bought grapes and I misread the sign and I thought it was $6.99 a bag, but it was $6.99 a pound.
Oh God.
And it was $17 for grapes, so I'm not buying any new needles. I'm gonna eat these.
$17 for grapes?
That is so
I
expensive.
didn't realize till I got home and I looked at the receipt, so I couldn't even take it back.
Yikes! On a stick. That is so expensive for grapes.
So no new needles for me, just grapes.
That
Which
is
is great.
That's kind of really
That
bad.
hurts me.
That's hurt.
But you know
Yeah.
what though? I've been spoiled because I've been getting these Odd Bunch boxes, and over the summer you just get grapes in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't realize.
It's true, and they're so good.
And I just
You
want
don't think
grapes.
about them being $17 when they come in your Odd Bunch box.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's true.
all that to say, no new needles, must finish projects.
Must finish projects.
On that note, new project.
Ah! That doesn't require
It
needles.
doesn't require needles because I bought a new spindle.
Yay!
And the
So-
yarn.
I'm
So
so
I-
excited for you to use the
I
Turkish spindle.
can't wait. I have discovered that I love bottom whorl spindles. I have a top whorl, I have a bottom whorl. I much prefer the bottom whorl. So
Interesting.
I am giving, I find I prefer the
The
how
weight.
much- I don't like how the top whorl, and maybe it's just how I spin it, but when I spin a top whorl, the shaft of it spins out wider.
Yeah.
The centrifugal motion
Yeah,
of it.
I can show you.
Exactly. So I don't particularly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. Everybody has their own personal preferences. So what I wanted to try was a Turkish spindle. Now the booth from Fibre Filante, which is based in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu in Quebec, has these 3D printed Turkish spindles, and it came in teal. So of course
So the legs are 3D printed, but the staff, like the actual
The shaft of it
shaft
is wood.
Is wood.
Yeah. So I had
cool.
wanted a Turkish spindle going into the festival, and I had planned to look at the booth from Alexandria Hicks.
Yeah.
But I get up to the booth, the line is like 10 people long.
Mhm.
I finally get into the booth, there's nothing left.
It's probably because they have like tiny kids wearing tweed blazers and man buns, and
They
they're so
sold
adorable.
Out of everything. Congratulations, Cope. That
Good
honestly,
for you.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I
So-
also was hoping to get like a spinning bowl from them. Absolutely sold out of everything.
Not the worst problem to
So
have.
that's the second place you should have run to.
Yeah, we
After
never
that.
know in the future, but like now you have a
But
spinning
that's
bowl.
okay. And now I have this really cool, and it's teal.
Yeah.
And now it's teal.
That's your color.
Yeah, so I might actually
Give it a little bit of a sand.
Give it a little bit of a sand because there are a couple of like nubbly bits on it, but that's fine. And it's beautiful and it's teal, and I'm excited to give it a go.
I learned to spin on a Turkish spindle a couple years ago, and I love it because instead of winding the cup around, you wind it over, under, and it makes something called a turtle, which is adorable.
And then it's pre-wound.
Yeah.
And then you
take it out. You take the legs out.
Take that out. Then you pull one leg out.
And then you take
pull
the
your
turtle
other
out.
leg out, and you're left with your ball of yarn.
And it's a center pull, so you can use the inner strand and the outer strand to ply together.
And then because it comes apart so easily, it's very easy to store. You can just store it
portable for sure.
Too. So I got that, and I knew I wanted to get some fiber as well, but I did also want to skill up. I have spun with Corriedale, I've spun with Polworth, and I've spun with Merino, blended with Corriedale, and I have liked them all. So I walked into the booth at Aller Artifacts, and I said, "Skill me up, Buttercup," and they went, "Bet." And
hold my beer.
They went, "Have you tried tweed?" And I said, "No." And they were like, "You should." And I was like, "Okay." And so I bought some tweed. It is a Polworth and wool and the Neps blend. So it is at least something I've tried before, so I'm feeling comfortable with that. But she was telling me that it's going to spin kind of thick and thin, which is going to be a little weird at first because of the Neps.
Because of the Neps, yeah.
But she's like, it's going to be weird at first, but you have to get over that, and then you'll have a tweedy yarn.
This will be an exercise in loosey-goosiness for you.
Which is really tough for me, which is why it's a good skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I strangle everything.
Yeah.
My yarn, people...
Yourself.
My feelings. Did I say that part out
A
loud?
burrito.
A burrito. Actually, no, I'm very gentle with my burrito.
Oh yeah, you don't want to squeeze it all the way.
No, because otherwise
lose it all
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
It's probably the only thing I'm
I think
gentle
you're
with.
gonna have a great time spinning tweed.
Yeah.
And I can totally see you wearing like a tweedy hat or scarf.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's
the
even
contrast
it's the color.
between this.
That's a good segue actually, because I too purchased some
It's like-
fiber.
This is giving me like neon unicorn. This is giving me like
Absolutely different vibes.
just like regal.
I mean, do you think I like this color? Can you even see it? Can you even see it on camera?
Fully blends in
Not
with
really.
the
Yeah, I think
rest
it
of
fully
it.
blends in.
I wanted to continue my spinning journey as well. So I got this mix of 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% stellina silver. So it's a very sparkly mix. I don't know if the sparkles are coming through, but it's very sparkly in person. And this is from the Blue Brick Dye Works, from their Pride collection. So they had fiber and yarn dyed in Pride flag colors for every flavor of the flag that you wanted. So I picked my own, the bisexual flag. And I'm very, very excited to try it out. I've touched this.
It's really soft.
I've never worked with cashmere before.
Oh.
And even just 10% of it makes such a
It
big
does.
difference in comparison to like straight up just wool.
Yeah.
See
Okay,
that?
yeah, I feel it.
I feel like this is going to be a challenge for me because it is, like, cashmere has such a short staple, like, that's it.
Really,
That's it.
Yeah.
This is how big the staple is. And so I'm probably going to have to overspin this and go very, very fine.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to try it out. I also want to try doing something called spinning a fractal, which is when you strategically divide the yarn into unequal parts so that when you ply it together, it makes barber poles.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting ride for me, but I'm very excited.
I also got some from the Blue Brick. I got some in my Pride flag, the asexual Pride flag.
Cute.
But I got their silk merino blend base.
That should be interesting.
I think that was gonna sit on the shelf for a while.
Yeah.
I think I need to skill up a little bit more before
Yeah,
I
start with the tweed
before I try the silk. So.
Speaking of spinning, I ran into this super cute mom and daughter combo from a business called Wild Spun.
Wild yarn, wild spun,
and they make all sorts of spinning paraphernalia. out of fallen branches that they just
They literally just
forage
go,
for.
foraging.
They go foraging for fallen wood. So no clue what kind of wood this is, but I loved this little tiny spindle.
Yay.
It is a combination spindle, and I'm gonna take it off.
Don't.
Actually.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Just
no, it's fine. It's not gonna come off.
because it's a crochet.
It's also a crochet hook.
It's also a crochet hook, and I just want to take the half hitch off so I can show you.
That's ballsy.
I don't worry about it.
She's
It'll be
ballsy.
fine. So the whirl is separate, and the shaft is also a crochet hook. How cool is that?
That's pretty
So
great.
you can choose to use it as a bottom or a top whirled spindle or a crochet hook.
Yeah.
So I'm quite excited for this.
Yeah,
I
it's very
started
versatile.
using it already, and I'm just a sucker for miniature stuff. And another thing I'm a sucker for is souvenir yarn.
She is.
So coming in,
confirmed.
I was like, if they have limited edition dye works, I'm probably gonna get one. And I did get one. It's from I did not know about this brand before. Hypnotized. But knit like K-N-A. Hypnotized. And they had this exclusive Knit City Toronto colorway called Graffiti Alley. And I love it. It's way more unicorn than I usually wear, but I
Is it though?
It looks adorable.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's my whole entire vibe.
I mean, case in point.
Case in point. Look at that.
Kind of matchy a little
They
bit.
kind of matchy. So I think I'm going to put this through my Frankenstein and make a pair of cool socks.
Nice.
Because this is called a rugged sock with 20% nylon, so it should make really sturdy, colorful socks. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
I think overall we had a really good time at Knit City.
Definitely.
I will be going back again.
Yeah.
Probably bringing these two with me.
You're kind of stuck with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a.
We have a
And
podcast
we're gonna pick
after
up
all.
Linda on the way because she's
Well,
part of the
technically next
girls
year
now.
would be my mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
there
true.
you go. We'll pick
If we're
up
in
your
Montreal.
other mom
Yeah.
then.
I don't know. Maybe Linda would be like, "I'll come." I don't think so, but she usually prefers the Toronto one.
The
never
Toronto
know.
one for
You
sure.
never know.
Hey, when she moves to Ottawa, it might be easier for me to convince her to go to Montreal because then Matt can stay.
There you go.
So tell us, do you bring your mother-in-law to Knit City when it's happening?
Or a
near
family
you?
member.
Or a family member, or do you go by yourself? I
Or
heard
with
of someone
friends.
who went with like their boyfriends.
Yeah.
Because like maybe they are a great shopping companion. I don't know.
Well,
Or
if
maybe they
look,
secretly love the yarn too.
Look, if you can carry a bag that is 10 pounds or greater, please come with me. That's all.
We're taking applications.
That's literally the only
There will
requirement.
be auditions for.
I don't even
bag
mind if
holder.
you complain. You just have to be able to carry my stuff.
I think
That's
you need a
about it.
mule. Yeah.
But they do poop uncontrollably.
Yeah, I don't know that we would be able to walk in with a
Can you
mule.
train a mule? You know what?
If you can carry a bag and don't poop
At least
In the
not
venue.
publicly.
In the venue.
publicly, you're
We're good.
hired.
That's all.
There's
the
no
bar is
payment.
on the floor.
The bar's on the floor.
I think it's in the basement, but yes.
And I think with that poopy remark, we should probably say goodbye because we've been yapping for a while.
Yep.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been Pearls of Wisdom. Has there been any wisdom? I don't know.
But that's okay.
But thank you for hanging out with us regardless. We've had a bubbly time. And we'll be signing off and catching you again on another live stream. I'm Anaí.
I'm Kahin.
I'm Allie.
See you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.